What's happening, y'all? Welcome back again. This is episode 134 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined this week, as I am every week, by my co-host Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Is there somebody else here?
I see Spider-Man, Deadpool, Static Shock. How's Bear doing?
Did you say Static Shock?
Isn't that Static Shock behind in the other one? No.
That's
I don't know
Tommy.
why I always think that one. Oh, I don't know why I always think that looks electric, so I always assume it has to be Static
there's
Shock.
electricity around him, but that's Tommy from Power Rangers.
Got you. I'm sorry. Hi, Tommy.
And the Dragon Zord. That's like, that's him up front playing his dagger that he plays like a flute, but sounds like a trumpet.
Got you. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
And then all of my yes, I do.
Okay. I remember making you watch Power Rangers way back when. I didn't know how much you remember.
Oh, no, I remember that because I also questioned how are they blowing into a flute through a mask helmet.
Don't overthink it.
I am overthinking it. If I had really gotten a degree in psychology, I'd probably sit here and do a dissertation on that.
The show's for 7-year-olds.
Well, clearly 4-year-olds too, because Luna be loving her some Power Rangers.
Because Power Rangers is dope.
No, it is. It is. But also my personalities are here too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about psychology or other universes.
No, we're here to talk about the DC universe on the CW. The Arrowverse, as some would call it, even though there's no Arrow anymore. Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Stargirl, and soon to be Superman and Lois. That comes next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
2-hour premiere.
Yeah, that starts next week, and then fucking Flash starts the week after that. I'm like, why can't I remember the name of the dude that runs fast? Like I was seeing him in my head zipping around. Like, what the fuck is his name?
Yeah. Barry Allen, the Flash.
Yeah.
Is Superman and Lois starting at 8 or 9?
I assume if it's a 2-hour, it would be the earlier.
Okay. I think they're advertising it at 9. That's why I was just like, how? The news starts at 10 here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if they're doing the 2-hour premiere, then it's starting at the earlier time because it's taking the spot that the Flash would normally take.
Right. All right. That would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
Yeah, maybe that's just, old ass they didn't fix because, whatever. But it was before they decided to do a 2-hour premiere because at first it was going to be both Flash and that coming out on the same day. And then they pushed Flash back to give them a 2-hour premiere because they realized that first hour would probably be like, nah, fuck that is garbage. So expect the first hour to not be good. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see. But let's talk about the shows that came on this week. And stop worrying about what's coming next week. Where you want to start? Batwoman or Black Lightning?
Let's go in order of the days. Batwoman came out first.
Okay.
Because now we're in post-football season. We're post-football season, so the Super Bowl's over. So.
I'm like, what happened on here that made you think about football? Okay, now I see what you mean. You're talking about how it got postponed because of the Super Bowl. Now I get it.
I mean, my life revolves around football to a degree. My first word was a football term. Fun fact about me.
Which was?
Touchdown. My family thinks it's the funniest thing ever. My first word was during a football game.
It's a good word to learn. Speaking of, touchdowns, though, have you seen all the slander going on again with the Russell Wilson shit?
No, but I mean, the internet's always talking trash about him for like no good reason.
It's so weird. And here's the thing: if you got beef with Russ, because I got beef with Russ, but it has nothing to do with that. My beef with Russ goes back to that Super Bowl where he threw that interception and cost me all that fucking money.
Okay,
I will never forgive him for that.
That's reasonable. That's money.
Yes,
We don't play with money.
exactly. Now the rest of y'all,
They clown him because he about his spirituality and sanctity and his love for Sierra.
I mean,
I don't understand what the problem with any of those things are.
I get it. I love Sierra too.
I'm forever trying to make a Russell Wilson out of people.
Good job. Don't say no names. Anyway, because yeah, you almost slipped up there. Anyway, let's talk about Batwoman here before Mara get herself in trouble. Episode
Batwoman.
is called what?
Fair skin, blue eyes. Which to be honest, I was wondering where this was gonna go. When I saw the title, I was just like, huh, where are we going? Because I didn't watch a preview for it. So I didn't watch like the trailer for it or know what was gonna happen. So
yeah, this episode kicks off. Some dude doing lab stuff. We later find out that this is Ocean that's doing this in this moment, but we don't know that yet. But somebody in the lab making snake bite, what they call it, because it got the two things on it. So like fangs.
It's like shrooms meets heroin meets fear to some degree.
Yeah. Imagine like you was on Molly, but all you saw was your worst fears.
No. Absolutely not. I will not imagine that. I've never been on Molly.
I've never been on it myself, but I've seen it.
I've heard good things. I've seen like someone coming down from it, and it was quite actually it was like a very eye-opening but entertainingly good vibe moment. But I was like, not for me. So I couldn't even imagine that. And then experiencing all my worst nightmares. No, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like all kind of shit with the fear toxin in it, because why not? Anyway.
Do you think this Ocean dude might be like a protege of like Scarecrow?
Possibly, but he came from the island, so he was wherever he was before that. Who knows? But I like how this new drug, this snake bite, comes in a fancy little gift box and everything. Like who took the time? Did you really make all these and like put your logo on them and shit? Like, really?
I'm wondering how expensive a trip is with snakebite is that you get like that kind of packaging, because that shit is money and production costs. Like,
yeah, man, you have to make all those boxes.
Gotta assemble them on top of the little doohickey that the drug comes in.
Yeah, you gotta get
like an EpiPen.
Custom syringes and shit.
That looks like an EpiPen.
Yeah, you get it with the custom syringe. You don't even have to supply your own syringes. Like, everything is right there in the little gift box.
And it's sterile.
Package. Yeah, sterilized and everything. I mean, because you don't want to die from an infection. It'll kill you in other ways. So we don't need you.
Right. I'd rather have the OD instead of the infection.
So anyway, Batwoman runs up on this dude in the alley because he's taking the snake bite shit. She's trying to find out who the dealer is. He runs. She chases him down in the Batmobile. No. She found out who the dealer was. Takes the dealer in the Batmobile, which just got a new paint job.
Yep. So they're really using the Batmobile. So you were right, they really just gonna use the hell out of that Batmobile.
Yeah. There's no way they introduced that thing and then not use it. I knew it. I'm just like, this is what we doing, huh? We gonna have you paint up this Corvette, and this is what we gonna do. All right, cool.
Yeah.
At least it's not just a black Corvette anymore. At least she did something to it, but still, like, it just doesn't say Batmobile to me. She's driving, her bullet wound starts acting up again, which to this day I still don't understand why she hasn't told nobody. Like,
right. I was like, you're working with, well, now Liv, come the end of this episode, with someone who's medically trained in weird shit.
exactly. People who have been dealing with this kind of shit for a while.
You know, you
So
got
like your bullet wounds turning green and shit. Why are you not speaking up? What is wrong?
You work with Luke, who can probably research anything. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
Why hasn't she taken a bite out of Mary's neck yet? Like, as if Mary's blood ain't the cure. Like,
really, a bite out of Mary's neck.
Why ain't she done something yet? Or I don't know. Like,
I get it. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
But then why hasn't Mary offered to hotshot her with like a syringe of her blood yet? Like,
well, because Mary doesn't know there's anything wrong. But then this alarm goes off after she catches the dude. But she goes, apparently this little kid set it off, and he was just like, yo, my big brother's missing. Nobody's looking for him. They, all that. And she's like, oh shit. All right. Well, we'll find I'm gonna find your bro. We're gonna go find the brother.
No one seems to care. Do you care? And it's just like, oh, that's manipulation, kid.
It is, but it's effective.
Right. It works.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna find your brother. Then she takes off. But then we got Big Daddy Kane on the TV at press conference, basically like, yo, there's $1 million reward now. You help me find Kate Kane.
Right.
$1
million. $1 million.
Now, at that point, I just call and say, hey, I saw her over there.
Right. I saw her over there getting into that plane thingy before it blew up.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way I don't just make something up to try to get that $1 million, because why not?
Right. Because who said that what I say won't actually lead them to her?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Maybe what I made up is what actually happened. You never know. Anyway, Mary's not into this. It's like
the highest award that anyone's ever awarded. I said it's like the highest. They said it's like the highest reward that anyone's ever offered.
Yeah.
For a missing person. I was like, but no one put up any money for Bruce Wayne when he disappeared.
No. And I think it was because like his disappearance was more of like he let people know he was gone somewhere, but didn't tell them where. He's just been gone too long. I think. I'm not sure though.
Okay. I'd have to go back to last season and
exactly. I don't remember exactly how that went down. Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that because that means I have to sit through the first season of Sophie all over again.
You don't need more Sophie.
Nope.
Not at all.
I don't need that kind of negativity in my life.
Nobody does. So we get a flashback. Ryan, she's in the group home, and this is where she met Angelique, because the rest of the kids were being mean, and because kids suck. And the girl knocks on the window. She lets her in. It was Angelique. We find out a little bit later, but they become friends. Like, yo, you look out for me. Help me. Open the window when I get back, and I always got you back. So yeah. Later on, this is present day. We got Ryan and Mary driving down the street, just kind of looking around, see if they can find out any information on where this kid is. And they pull up at a comic book shop. And she gets out, walks up to the comic book stand where they give away free comic books. And I see on this stand, I know this is like, probably not important. But there's a Green Lantern Corps comic book on that comic book stand. And here's the thing. Does that mean that the Green Lantern Corps is just a comic book in this world? Like they don't actually exist? Like, does that mean we're not getting that John Diggle Green Lantern shit that I wanted? Because, they showed that. So does that mean that's not what that was? Does that mean it's just
Well,
something made up in their world? What does it mean?
or it could be that. I could also theorize that the Green Lantern Corps might be a thing. It just might not be one of those. Yeah, we're out here doing something yet. Um, maybe. I mean, because what I was actually thinking of that first would require them to be doing shit like publicly, because and the only reason I say that is because when you think of like the Flash in Central City, like he has like, fan merchandise. So I wouldn't put it past that maybe there is some kind of like quote unquote fictional publication of the Flash and like maybe some of his prior enemies. That's only my thought. But then when I'm thinking of it, it would go into my questioning of why aren't the Green Lantern Corps doing anything now? Like the world's almost ended so many times.
Well, the thing about the Green Lantern Corps, it's kind of like with Nova Corps, like with Captain Marvel, in that they look like certain Green Lanterns look over entire sections of the galaxy. So yeah, there may be times when Earth was in it, but it may be another at the same time some other planet was almost in it. So the Green Lantern assigned to that part of the galaxy was busy elsewhere, and we got all these other heroes on Earth here, so he had to let them handle it.
Yeah.
That's all I got though.
Who knows? But I feel like that tidbit of that comic book sitting there, it's just the CW taking a page out of Disney's book with their crazy continuity.
Just threw it out there. I,
or,
I
or
really do think it's
Easter
probably
eggs.
just
Yeah.
they just threw it there because. But it's fun to think
It's like
about.
a tiny little Easter egg. Exactly. Because, when we going to see Diggle again?
I don't know. I really expected to see it like other people from Arrow more often than I am. But I guess that was one of those things where they were kind of waiting because they were trying to do that Green Arrow and the Canaries thing, and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll start seeing them more now. I don't know. But this is when we get a flashback though to Ryan as a kid at the comic book stand when she gets kidnapped. Yes. By
Honestly,
a woman who ruined the name Candy Lady. Because how many of us grew up knowing the neighborhood Candy Lady? You didn't have a Candy Lady?
No, nigga, that's dangerous as shit.
Not back then. It wasn't. There was a neighborhood Candy Lady that used to sell candy all the time. You go to her house and you buy candy from her, or you buy little icy freeze cups and shit. Like she'd have them in the garage. Yeah, man, it was a neighborhood thing.
Nah, like when I lived in the Bronx, like there's like a local lady who always has like an icy truck, like on the like icy cart on like for Italian ices, like on the corners, but like never from like their house. That shit. Nah, that's why when she showed up, I was sus from her up from the get. I was like, nah, she kidnaps kids.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I knew that's what was happening because it's like, yeah, that's not, yeah, but I've already known.
She pulled out those jelly beans so willy-nilly or started talking to her so off the bat. I was just like, nah, she kidnaps kids. Turn around, Ryan. Turn around. And I thought when she turned her down, I was like, that's my girl. And then she was like, well, just a peek. I was like, no.
yeah.
Why?
You fell for it. Kids are dumb, man. That's why. But
oh my God, I've never wanted to hit a kid so bad in my life.
I don't know what to tell you other than kids are dumb. So she gets kidnapped. Maybe. Apparently, she sprayed her in the face with some weird spray that knocks you out. Then we get back to,
You don't.
No. Oh, okay. So then we get back to the present. Alice is just all up in Sophie's place, just all up in her condo. Comfortable as fuck. Complaining about her food selection. Not even eating the food. Complaining about the lack of carbs in the place. She ends up finding the baguette. But,
And sometimes she's like taking bites out of things. She licked a bell pepper and then put it back in the fridge.
Yeah.
Like she's violating her stuff.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, we need to find this ocean dude. and they're doing their search. But anyway, we get back to the flashback of her being kidnapped, and she was all like, "Yo, somebody's gonna come looking for you. Somebody's gonna save me." And this is when this fucking woman, this whew, she says this line, and it's like, "Fuck you." That was a little too real. But she was like, "Have you ever read one of those comic books?" And she's like, "Have you ever read one of those about one of those heroes saving a kid like you?" And I'm like, "God damn." I'm just
Yep.
like,
The disparity.
like fuck you. It's very true.
That hit too close to home.
Way too close. Way too close.
Just quite. I feel like Batwoman is now just like, nah, we gonna make you uncomfortable about race.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Oh, they
thought,
dug in even deeper.
Right. They were like, "Oh, you thought we were just gonna give you Black Lightning?"
Yeah, they dug a little deeper on this shit too, because later on, we have this thing where a neighborhood search party is going around looking for a kid, and Ryan's all like, "Oh, somebody really is looking for her. Me. They really are looking for me." And then the title of the episode comes up. He's like, "What does she look like?" What's the title of the episode, Mark?
Fair skin, blue eyes.
They looking for some white girl, which turned out it was, Beth, but they were looking for some white girl. Nobody cared that Ryan was missing. They just assumed she ran away. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It hits and that hurts because it's like, that's what they do. It's still like that now.
All the time. Kids going missing. Nobody's looking for them. So anyway, Sophie and Alice, they're on their computer doing some searching for Ocean. And Luke shows up. And Sophie's trying to hide Alice. And she's like, yeah, I'll hide. Fuck that. And just opens the door. And
right. Here we are again with a gun in Luke's face.
Yeah. That's just his life now.
Guns in face.
Yeah. That's all
I'm sorry I came here. But this is also what happens when you show up at someone's house unannounced.
Yeah, why didn't you call first? You didn't even know she was at home. Like, right. No call, no text, nothing. Like, don't do that. If anybody shows up at my place unannounced, I'm not answering the door. I'll look through the peephole right at you like, wonder why they're here. And I'll go back and sit back on my couch. Like, no, you don't come in my place without calling first.
There's a very short list of people who can just drop by here unannounced or can pull the whole, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Why?
Yeah, it's a very short list for me too. But guess what? All those people live in Florida. So
there's no way someone in Florida is going to be like, hey, I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah. They don't just drop by ever. Like,
I might.
Better announce yourself first.
If I had the funds to do so and COVID wasn't a thing and I just had the time to just go somewhere, I'd be like, I'm gonna go to San Antonio real quick.
Okay. You better go see somebody else and call first. Don't just show up at my house.
Look at the peephole and just be like, wonder why she's here.
Yeah. Like, damn, what's she doing all the way down here? I don't know. Sit back down on my couch and pick up my controller and get back to what I was doing.
I'd be like, I need the password for something. You're not answering my messages.
Really?
Yes. I'd be like, Travis, I've texted you like 5 times. I need the Hulu password again.
I changed that, by the way. So next time you log in, you're gonna need it. But anyway.
Okay. Well, I had to. Everything I have is logged in.
Because I looked one day and somebody was watching some of my profile that definitely wasn't me. So I'm like, who's been on the Hulu? So I changed the password.
Got you.
But anyway, what were we talking about? I lost my place.
That Black Lives Matter, but in this moment, it kind of didn't.
No, we were talking about Luke with a gun in his face.
Oh, right. We did move on from that.
Yeah.
He's really confused what's going on. And then at the same time, Papa Kane is calling Sophie and Alice is like, don't you fucking dare. And so he just leaves her a message saying that he's going to go check out a lead, which automatically means that he's going to get into some trouble.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it with no backup.
Exactly.
Like you're doing it alone, which I was like, this is going to be a problem.
Anytime somebody does that, anytime somebody goes solo on something.
Like you can't just wait. You can't just wait. Wait.
It even happens to Batwoman. When Batwoman goes solo without nobody in the ear. Like, nobody on the comms and shit. She gets in trouble.
Like, why y'all doing this?
And everybody needs to go in with backup at all times, or you get fucked up.
And then so Mary and Ryan find out where the candy lady is, and that she's probably the one who is taking the boy that they're looking for.
Yeah, they were before that though, when you see that apparently like Kate kept like all the info on the search for Beth. That's how they figured out like, where it was and shit. But there was also another flashback when Angelique shows up, and that's how she
want to know what's in the box.
Huh? Uh-oh.
I want to know what's in the box, the blue one.
Oh, you know what's in the box. It's the little shoe box. The little shoe box that goes under the bed. You know exactly what's in there.
This is a plastic container on this underneath my clothes rack. So it's easier to access.
Makes sense. I don't put anything away. I live alone.
Yeah, I guess that's accurate. Can't keep that, leave it laying around with a 4-year-old walking around.
Yeah, that's a problem.
What's that, Mom?
Yeah. Bear doesn't care. Only time anything has ever happened, cleaning lady comes in and sees some shit in the bedroom, and I'm sure she just looks at it like this. She never said anything. She's never said anything.
In her head, she's like, "Por qué, Mr. Travis? Por qué?"
Yeah. Probably. It's just like, why is there a big, like, giant bottle of lube on your nightstand? Like, and why?
Is there a ball gag in your sheets?
Like, why is there a giant bottle of lube next to a giant flashlight? Like, why is that there?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Catch up. There we go.
Flashlight. What are we using the flashlight for? What are you looking at? What can't you see? How dark is your room? Like, I was like, I don't understand where the flashlight comes into play. And I was like, oh, what looks like a flashlight?
Yeah. There we go. Now you with me. Anyway,
we're here.
We got this.
So Ryan goes, but she doesn't go suited up.
Yeah, and they also decide that Ryan's gonna live there. That's when they, brought that up. But she doesn't go suited up. She just runs up to the house and gets herself caught because,
like instantly gets caught. Like, I was like, bitch, what?
Do better.
Everyone just walking into traps.
Yeah. So we get more Sophie, Alice, and Luke stuff. Luke actually got some info. They hide it from Alice. Blah, blah, blah.
Sophie goes to see Alice. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about this storyline.
About them looking
I really
for Kate?
Don't. No, yeah, I really don't.
Me neither.
Because we know she's not coming back to the show, so it's really not.
Yeah, anything that we get from her, like, I'm guessing, like, we'll do, like, at the end of the season, she'll pop up and like, yeah, I'm back. You found me, but I need to go. It'll be like one of those like little quick things.
Pass the mantle.
Yeah, and that'll be the end of it. So it's just, I'm the same way. It's just like they haven't killed her off because they're gonna be able to bring her back when they, every now and then for special guest kind of thing. But she's not gonna be of much consequence going forward. So the whole them looking for Kate thing really is just I don't care.
Annoying. Because like Alice is just trying to find her to kill her, and we all know that Sophie's just trying to find her so she can continue trying to be a toxic person for Kate because she's toxic. Like she's the tub that the Joker and Harley Quinn fell in Suicide Squad. Toxic.
It's pretty toxic.
Yeah. I wish Julie would realize that too and just leave her ass alone.
So Ryan wakes up in the attic. She does this little thing with the candy jar, breaks the glass, cuts herself loose, takes the candy lady, whoops her ass, and like, yo, where the kid at? Apparently she sold the kid already because the 60 days was up. Let's see.
Meanwhile, where Papa Kane is
Yeah.
being taken by the kid in question in training for Alice's gang.
The False Face Society actually is what they call themselves. Is that Alice's gang?
Is that them? Oh, I thought it looked like it because I thought he had he had an animal face on.
No, it was an animal mask. It wasn't them though. It's the False Face Society is what they called themselves. It wasn't Alice's gang. I'm about to say that the name of Alice's gang. So we got Sophie in the possible location where Ocean could be, which we saw was that is where he was. Later on, we figure it out. But she gets jumped by who we later figure out was Angelique. I'm like, oh, small world after all. Alice had followed her. Blah blah blah. Anyway, back to Kevin, and they want Kevin to kill Big Daddy Kane, and Batwoman shows up.
You don't gotta do this.
Yeah, all that shit. The typical. You've seen movies.
The lesson. Yeah, it's okay. I've been there. I've literally been in your shoes. She also took me too.
Yeah. Yeah. She also threw in that line when she whooped some ass and said, "That's for making me sweat out my edges," though. And that was just,
Yes.
I can only imagine. My edges have been gone a long time, but
it's annoying.
I'm trying to remember back to the days when I had not just had hair, but had hair like that. Like when I was in high school, had the Snoop Dogg thing going on. It was dope. Like I had, people were jealous of how long my hair was. It was a good time. Then we got Kevin still with the gun. We talk about, I've been there, talks him down, all that. And then we get the line from Big Daddy Kane when he asked Batwoman, like, how did you know he was here? And she was like, easy. I looked.
Right. I looked. I looked, dude, because I cared.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the first time he was like, well, damn.
Yeah. What do I say?
So like you can't even say she's wrong. Right. Like I can't argue with her on that because I didn't know about this kid.
Yeah. She saved my life and she just kind of put me in my place. Damn.
Yep.
So then we get more like, Candy Lady goes to jail. Ryan looking at her wound and shit. It's all fucked up. Mary said she's gonna, I'm gonna actually look because I didn't ever really look. Then Ryan gets a text. Find out it was Angelique. They meet at the bar. Mm-hmm. Alice found something that lets her know where Ocean is. She got some memories resurfacing, I guess, from when she was on the island. And like I said, it was Angelique, blah, blah, blah. And that was Batwoman.
And we see what Ocean looks like.
Yeah, we did see what he looked like. We saw his face.
I can't wait to meet Ocean.
I can only imagine.
Can't wait to meet Ocean.
Special. It's okay.
Can't wait to meet Ocean.
That's okay. Let's move on to another show that has someone I'm glad I met a while ago. Black Lightning.
The Book of Reconstruction, Chapter 2. Unacceptable losses.
So, Mara, I'm trying.
Are we back to season 1 Black Lightning?
This is bothering me, Mara. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Last week's episode, did it not end with Jennifer just falling out the sky?
It did.
Yeah, like she like passed out and started plummeting to the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we just acting like that never happened. Is that what's going on here? Because what happened there? She's just fine, nothing. We just no, okay. Anyway, so we kick it off. Police chief talking over the radio to her, fellow police officers. No, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Her manifesto.
Yeah, just going on about like we're gonna take down these metas and blah 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 blah. Yeah, and then we find out they got some new DEGs for fighting metahumans, and they said later on what DEG stands for, and I forgot to write that down, so I don't know what that is.
Yep, didn't even catch it.
But they're weapons they use for attacking metas. So anyway, then we know Lala's in charge of the 100, but right now, we got Destiny.
She's trying to be in charge of everything.
Yeah, Destiny is in charge of Lady E's gang. Fuck, why can't I remember now? The something cartel. The something cartel. The fuck is it? What is it?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember.
Cobra Cartel. So I just had a blank right there. Yeah, it is. It's the Cobra Cartel.
It's okay.
Because it was the cult of Cobra in the comic books. I remember it now. But yeah, we got Destiny running the shit, and she's Lady Eve's underboss because I guess Jill Scott is not very much available, so they got to use somebody else until they can get her. Then we got a poker game that gets attacked because they're at war, and
with the 100.
Yeah, so there's that. Then we got Lala talking about he wants some of the DEGs that the cops got. Jeff can't sleep. I will say though, like when he got up,
lighting up the whole neighborhood is not going
from his front porch. From his front porch, like what? But
he's like one tantrum away from just lighting up in the sky that says Black Lightning lives right here.
Yeah,
Black Lightning is Jefferson Pierce.
I will say though, his robe looks very comfortable.
It does. I mean, it supported him all night.
It did. Like he was able to pass out and sleep very soundly in his robe on the front porch.
Till morning.
Yeah. And this is, when we get the moment and, we got Jen going back and forth with Lynn. She hasn't done nothing with SAT or ACTs or nothing like that. What?
Oh, wait, I was cracking up when Lynn found Jeff. She was going off at him. I was like, all this, one crackhead to the other, just fucking going back and forth about who has it worse right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the back and forth with Lynn and Jen. Like I said, I guess Jen is just fine. We're not talking about that. Nissa is working in the lab. There's this new dude working there too. He tries to hit on her.
She called him out. She called him the fuck out.
Yeah, she was like, "Nah, don't even try it, bro. I don't even want your dick. I don't like dick." So
she's like, "You barking up the wrong tree."
She was like, "No, I get it. I ain't mad at you though.
Play it.
Yeah, I get it.
I used to be in your shoes."
Yeah. Let's see. We see Tobias. He's got a new serum, and we see that play out a little bit later on. I guess he's like electricity proof. So, Jeff can't.
He's like, I can't be shocked no more.
Yeah.
Damn.
We got Lynn going to therapy by herself now. There's that session. I didn't get much out of that though.
Well, like I feel like it's good for both characters to go to therapy separately, but at the same time, I don't care about they're not giving me the audience anything.
Yeah, it doesn't make good television. But yeah, that's when Tobias meets Jeff outside the school. Electricity don't work on him no more. Apparently, Grace just woke up and transformed into the little leopard thing, and Nissa just closed the door and walked out.
Nissa was like, she's like, I'm out. I'm done.
He just
I'm
closed the
done.
door and left with it.
I'm not
Like
fighting.
we just not gonna like address this. Okay, and we never see it again. They don't
I
even
ain't
talk about it for the
fighting.
rest of the show.
Right. I ain't fight with no fucking leopard today, is what she said.
Yeah. So, yeah, Grace woke up though. Like it's just like we just talking about last week, she'd been like in a coma forever, but she's woken up now. But apparently, Nissa don't care. She just closes the door and leaves.
Right. Something about her in the leopard form just don't work for her.
I guess. There's a lot in this show this week, Mar, that just had me just what the fuck.
I could have just went without this episode.
Yeah. So apparently there's a shooting going on nearby, and this is like, yo, we gotta go. We doctors, we gotta help if we can. There's another point where I just wrote another. I guess we just acting like Jen didn't fall out the sky last week.
Jen goes to join her, and Lynn's crackhead starts showing again.
Yeah,
when she wants to check on her wound, and then she looks at the serum, and she's like, I could just.
Yeah, like Jeff said it. You traded one drug for another.
She looked at it like, I could just inject this right now.
Mm-hmm. So she goes to the shootout, basically shows up. Jen just shuts all that shit down. Like, all right, look, all y'all just leave, or I'm gonna fuck you up. It's
Get
just
out.
that simple.
Get the fuck out.
First she had all the civilians get up out of there. She had them run first, and then told all the rest of them, like, all right, this is over. Get the fuck up out of here, or I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right. Those who stay will get fucked the hell up.
And there's always one, right? There's always one
who's like, oh, I could stand up to her if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'll just shoot her in the back here. But Lynn shows up and just does little wind blast on her, you know. She used gust attack.
Lynn has me cracking up. The way she was like levitating down, she was just like, hello, I'm here. I'm going to save my child.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, Lynn, this whole I'm not a crackhead thing don't fit when you acting and looking like a crackhead.
Yeah. So this all happens and Jen conveniently doesn't see her and she, takes off. Cuts herself and shit. Then we get what?
You realize why Gamby has been answering the whole time.
Oh yeah, he was out getting his swerve on.
Lynn and Jen called him with Lauren.
Yeah, that's her name. Okay. But then we see later on it wasn't real. He just getting close to us. We can get all up in their shit.
Oh yeah. There's always a reason. There's always an ulterior motive with Gamby.
Yeah, so he's just trying to get up in Mona Vista so he can, get access to their shit. So she's pitching him a job. He's like, nah. He's stringing her along. He's like, nah, I want you. Let's fuck. But
right. I don't care about this job, good.
Yeah. It was all the long con though for her to, offer him the job he really wanted and, get up in there and get info and shit. So this is when Nissa and what's the other dude in the lab's name?
Didn't even catch his name.
Okay. Well, they show up at the scene. This kid
her
got
coworker.
Shot. Yeah, her and the co-worker show up and, apparently a kid has been shot in the car. Mm-hmm. They go to help him. They can't save him. He dies. Lynn gets home and she's confronted by Jeff because he's just sitting there chilling. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? And she tried to turn it on him. He was like, yo, you calm your crackhead self down and go upstairs. Because it's like, no, it's because you do this. I'm like,
yeah, right. Is she like, it's funny how the way when someone tries to confront Lynn about the change in her behavior and what she's doing, she always turns it on them. It's like, Lynn. It could have started because of something that occurred with them, but you doing it for this long to this degree, that's all you.
Yeah, this is about you now.
You just want to be a super. That's all she wants. She tired of feeling inferior to her family.
Yep. So let me get Nessa.
She married to a meta.
Yeah. Nessa giving old boy a pep talk in the lab because he feels useless, and she's like, "You're not useless. You're only like kind of useless."
We're doctors.
Yeah.
We're here.
So it turns out this kid is the son of one of the teachers at the school, and Jeff is like, "Hey, bro, why didn't you tell me you were living in your car? Like, what were you gonna do? Look, this is Jefferson fucking Pierce. He probably could have found you somewhere to sleep."
Right. He's like, I can make shit happen. I'm Jefferson Pierce.
Yeah, I am Jefferson motherfucking Pierce. Did you not see me on TV at the press conference? I run this city.
It happened.
So yeah.
I run this shit.
Turns out the rest of his kids were taken away by child services because, they were living in their car. Jeff is in therapy by himself. Once again, not as interesting. Only thing interesting about either one of them was that part when Lynn was like, I don't have any friends. And I'm just like, you're right, you don't. And that kind of happens on TV shows, though. Like, nobody outside the main character has any kind of social circle. So it's just like, yeah, you don't have any friends. Yeah, but neither does Nissa. Like, neither does anybody who's like not Nissa Jefferson Pierce.
Nissa's like social circle was Grace. And then Jen's social circle was Khalil.
Right.
She had like they showed like a friend here or there for her, but they never brought them very back. Beginning. But Khalil was like when she was still just regular Jen instead of meta Jen. So it's just like half of them don't even have their social circle anymore. Well, Lynn didn't have anyone, but she just had Jefferson and Lynn and have Gamby.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, she was like, all I have is my work and I have, my family. If you think about it, that's all Jeff got too.
Is that enough?
It's not.
And you're both like, is that enough? Nope.
It's not. So then Jeff goes to their little underground lair and starts going off on Gamby for going MIA. And he was like, where were you? Blah, 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 blah. And Gamby was like, fuck is wrong
my thing with that is, even though Gamby was doing something that had an ulterior motive, albeit, Gamby's allowed to have a fucking life. The rest of them have a life. Have lives outside of their superhero ulterior. And I think that's one of the things about superheroes that quickly remind you the difference between being non-super versus super. Like when you're the non-super one helping the super person, like they just expect you to be there at a whim. But you forget. Right. Nigga, I got a life too. I want to get my dick sucked. Like,
yeah. Just because you ain't getting none right now don't mean I can't,
Right.
Like,
you got Lynn. You will eventually clap cheeks again. You think I want to stay cheekless for the rest of my life?
Nobody wants to stay cheekless the rest of their life.
Oh God, no. I don't know what I'd do.
Me neither. But
I was like, Jeff, you need to chill out.
Apparently, these new DEGs have a 600% increase in lethality. Now, I gotta admit something to you today. I believe this is the first time in my life I've ever heard somebody say the word lethality out loud. I'm not saying I didn't know it was a word, but like I'd never heard anybody say it out loud. I've seen it written down. I think. I'm not even sure of that. But I know this is the first time I've heard somebody say it.
It's not, I don't feel like it. I feel like in my lifestyle, that's not what across that frequently written down or said, but I wouldn't doubt that it was a word.
Right. So Then Gammy starts giving him a lecture about who he is and who he needs to be because Jeff just fucking up. And Jeff tries to fire back at him about it, but nah, bruh, Jeff, you fucking up.
And don't
So
worry, you don't have a leg to stand on right now, my friend.
yeah, you out there blasting off electricity on your front porch. Like, nah, man.
Just acting the fucking fool.
Yeah, and
He's like, so he tells Gamby to find the shooter of the kid because he wants to punish him. And I was like, I get it, but are you going to suit up? Because you got to stop entering people's homes in your plain suit. Like, and I'm also wondering, does he own anything else other than suits? I mean, I know he, to some degree, owns running clothes, but every time he's showing up at these people's houses in a suit, like he's going from robe to suit in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
he has night clothes, his robe and pajama pants. He has his workout stuff, and he has suits. That's all Jeff got.
You don't have t-shirt and jeans. You don't got another pair of sweatpants, lounge pants, hell, some chinos, some board shorts, a hoodie maybe.
The only t-shirts he got are the ones he sleep in.
I'm sure they have laundry. That house is too fucking big. That house is so big. I'm sure they have a laundry room.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's the only clothes he has, though, is variations on those things.
What is he, a cartoon character? He only got one of each outfit?
He's a superhero.
Maybe. Either way, Jeff out here shocking up people, plain clothes that he would wear just on the regular day.
Yeah, he's still in his work clothes. He still got on his principal suit. Also,
and then some
in that scene with Gamby where they got a little too close to his face, like I know Jefferson is supposed to be this, laced up dude, real, buttoned up and shit. But like when they zoomed in on him, I could see how he has, two piercings in his ear. I couldn't see the other side, but on this left side, I could see the two piercings, the two holes. Like, oh, you got two holes in the ear. Okay.
Okay, one wasn't enough. He was like, nah, I had a stunt.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nessa and Jen tell Lynn to stay in her fucking lane and leave the super shit to them.
Leave the super shit to the superheroes.
She was just like, I would never think that I'd be told to stay in my lane, especially by two people I brought into this world. And I felt that. I felt that line. I felt that on God, because if Luna said that shit to me, I'd be like, bitch, I will take you out. Like, we will fight.
I mean, you could say that, but if Luna had superpowers, there's not much you can really do about it.
I'm not doing anything about, like, and Lynn here acting like Lynn, the pure fact that you have to be on some kind of
I'm losing
daughters. Nah. Oh no. Said pure fact that Lynn has to shoot just on some kind of fighting level with her daughters. Game over.
Yeah, I didn't get almost any of that.
Want me to try that again?
I mean, you could.
I was saying, for Lynn, the pure fact that she has to shoot up just to be on somewhat of a level playing field with her daughters, it's already a wrap. Like, don't even bother.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those, you just got to eat that shit. Like, it is what it is. But this is happening while apparently Gamby's breaking into Mona Vista to get some data, and he got the data. But yeah, he agrees to take that job with what's her name?
Lauren,
yeah, because he needs to be able to watch her and shit. Then we get this moment,
don't trust her,
when somehow, some way, some folks are able to kidnap Lala and Destiny and bring them to Blackbird. I want to know who they know that are able to snatch them up like that, because
Nessa be knowing people.
Houseway. But if they
Nessa
can do that,
knows people.
Okay. But how? Like it's just one of those things. Like you just things that they're just magically able to do now, and it's just why now is my point. You know,
Because it was getting in the way of her shit. I don't know.
it was getting in the way of her shit before. That's what I'm saying. This isn't the first
I don't
time the
know.
kid
Maybe
got
she
shot because
tried.
they was at war. Say the first time the 100 killed somebody. Like, come on now.
Maybe she got better resources now.
I guess this episode frustrated me. Anyway, so basically she tells them what they're gonna do. They're gonna stay out of this area here where all the homeless folks are. Like this is, this is where they need to be so they can be safe and get their shit together, and so they can like get back on their feet. And they're calling
Exactly.
this
She had to. Blackbird Zone.
Yeah, the Blackbird Zone. We got Gammy looking more into the guns and shit. Then Lynn gets a crime alert. You see her pull the shit out that she's, like, oh yeah, of course you're gonna shoot up again.
Junkie Dunky, because she's also hearing everyone's like what everyone has said to her all day, and it's just like, yeah, show him how much better you are. Show him how much better you are. Right, right, fucking junkie.
So then Jeff calls TC, the dude that be hacking into the people's, into the electronic shit, the tech and all that. And was like, yo, look at all the camera footage and tell me who this. Yeah. And tell me where old dude is. Because, like you said, cheat code now. He's like, that's what happened this season.
Pretty much did testing cheats on.
This is what happened. This season, the Pierce family just got all the cheat codes.
Yep, cheat codes. Because they're ending, so they were like, we got to.
Yeah. Like Jeff can now erase memories. He can, Jen can just fall out the sky. We pretend it didn't happen,
Right.
Blackbird can just, kidnap the two leaders of the biggest gangs in the city that they somehow couldn't get their hands on before. And Jeff can just call, this other dude to get information because he couldn't do it before. I don't know.
It's because it's Black History Month. Once it's March and not Black History Month anymore, it's gonna go back to it not being that way.
I guess. So Jeff finds a dude, walks up in there, like you said, in his plain clothes and his principal suit. Whoops his ass, breaks his leg.
Lionel Green.
Lionel Green. Yeah, it goes to Lionel Green house.
Lydell Green.
Lydell. Oh, Lydell. That's even better. Goes in there.
Like, Georgia.
Yeah, you're going to turn yourself in.
Or I'm going to come
back. Or I'm going to come back. And he breaks his leg and leaves. Got so close to him. Was right up in here with him. So he saw his face.
Right. Practically breathed on him and might as well have just spit on him to left DNA. Like,
exactly. Like, we in a pandemic. Why are you doing that?
We are in a whole panoramic.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, and that was it. That's Black Lightning.
Damn, Jeff, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, who's winning this week?
Is anybody really winning this week? I tried to make a choice before we started recording, and I started thinking, like, did anyone really win?
I got one.
I mean, maybe Kevin did because he was saved.
That's a good one too. I was gonna go with Tobias though.
I'm just go. Yeah, I mean, I guess, and that sucks because that's now 2 weeks in a row this nigga's winning.
At least for me, he is. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Tobias because Kevin was really like on a lucky break. He just chose to do the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's not choosing to do the right thing isn't luck though. It's a choice.
I mean, they could have still got him for aiding in the kidnap and all that stuff because he was there for it. I'm just saying, like, the fact that he was just let go was by a lucky chance because he chose to do the right thing. Because he could have still chosen to do the right thing and they still could have arrested him. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, that he's lucky that they were just like,
I
good. Right.
wish Kane would have arrested that
Fucking
kid.
wish.
Like Ryan would have fucked him up. Like she'd came in there full Batwoman regalia in the middle of Crow headquarters and whooped his ass.
It would have been the scene from The Dark Knight when Batman was in there with the Joker interviewing him about where Harvey and Rachel was.
Exactly. It would have been
only
just like
it would be Ryan and fucking Kane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tobias.
Okay. Who's losing?
Everybody. I would say the kid who got shot, but I don't know his name, so we're not going to do that.
It's a lot of dead air, Mara.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think who was like really specifically losing. I'll go with Sophie, since Alice kicked her in the face at the end when she said she was gonna kill Kate when she finds her.
So I was going.
Sophie's a fucking loser.
I was going back and forth between, is it Jeff? He's a fucking dumbass, or is it Ryan? Because she's a fucking dumbass. But then I'm just like, the whole Ryan not, telling about the gunshot wound is what the reason why I was going to say it. But because she saved the kid, though, I'm going to let her off the hook this week. However, Jeff is just fucking up all over the place. So Jeff is losing this week for me.
Okay. I'm going to stand behind Sophie, but
that's fine.
But
so yeah. So that'll be it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, people. Do not forget to follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. Let's see what else. Oh, there's also a Facebook group for this particular podcast. Did you know that, Mara?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Damn.
No.
Yeah, there's a Facebook group for this particular podcast. It's facebook.com/group/Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Does that go along with the partner show Smacking It Raw?
Well, they have their own Facebook group, though. There's this facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a wrestling fan, check that out and check out that podcast.
Cool. Is there anywhere that we can find everything like all together? Perhaps YouTube?
If you go to YouTube, it is crazy that you ask. There'll be a link in this description to take you to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that YouTube channel and watch everything. Everything
you can
we
see
do.
all our facial expressions when we do these.
Yeah. Let's see. On top of that, there's also the Patreon, patreon.com/Creation World. You get some exclusive early content and all that. Like we have a behind the scenes video that'll be posted there tomorrow. Well, today, because you'll be getting this today. That'll be there. There's also the latest episode of Multiverse, a partner show with this show. We look back at different animated DC features that kind of relate to what we watch on the on this show on Super Flashy. The latest episode of that is up. So check that out. We're talking about Superman Red Sun. So for just $1, you get that episode a month early. On top of that, you also get Return to Wrestling, the show that I do with Matt, where we talk about old wrestling stuff. Right now, we're following WCW, the old days, 96. We're right at the part where Scott Hall shows up. So if you're a wrestling fan, you know that's a big deal. Let's see. What else? Patreon. CreationWorld.com. Learn more about us and what we do. And I think that'll be it. I think that's all the main stuff we got to talk about here.
Yeah.
So until next time, we out.
Bye.
Say bye again.
Bye.
Still didn't work. Your internet is just awful today. Ended it now.